And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live on the road. We're at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on this Monday, March the 18th. It's cold out there, or cooler. Not cold, but it's cooler. It's going to get colder tonight. But, again, I don't know if this is Redbud winter or not. I think this is what we're going to, what we're seeing for the time being. But, anyway, it is out there. It's a little cool. And so we say we're in here where it's nice and warm here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on this, again, Monday the 18th, the Tom Taylor Sports Show. March Madness, that's kind of where we are. It's kind of what it's all about. We're going to talk a lot about that. Got some college football, some baseball, of course, NASCAR. Denny Hamlin wins the race yesterday. So all that and a whole lot more. So here we go. Let's get it started with the Kingdom Airs. Let's see. We've not used T.R. Dunn in a long time. Let's get T.R. in here and let's get him rolling. This guy's awesome, incredible talent. And let's go back up here. Let's go and get the Kingdom Airs. We'll get TR tomorrow. We got lots to talk about. We'll get him rolling tomorrow here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. But here we go. Show number 2042. Here they are. The Kingdom Airs on the Tom Taylor Sports
Show. 1, 2. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Joseph Taylor, Ivy Hall Nursing Home, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So what's going on right now at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we are accepting short-term and long-term residents. We definitely specialize in our short-term. We're very proud of our rehab department, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, respiratory therapy. We want you to come. If you want, a couple weeks of rehab, we'll be happy to help you and get you back home. We'd love to have any long-term residents. If you need our services, we're here. We just want to be just to serve our community the best we can.
Why Ivy Hall Nursing Home? There's a lot of them out there. Why do you feel like you guys are the best?
Well, we just feel like that at Ivy Hall, it's a family-run business. My mom is the owner. Myself and my sister, we both work there. We just feel like you're going to get more personal touch at Ivy Hall. If you want to talk to the owner administrator, call, ask for Judy. We just want to provide the personal touch.
And they do. Social media, how do we find you?
Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook or ivyhallnursingHome.com if you'd like to apply for a job. We're hiring CNAs, LPNs, RNs, housekeeping, whatever. You can go on there and fill out an application, and somebody will get in touch with you.
One of our great sponsors here, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, our buddy Joseph Taylor right there, as you see, with Ivy Hall Nursing Home. And back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we're going to be joined by her coming up here in a minute. All right, March Madness, are you happy with the bracket? Are you happy with where Tennessee went? Are you happy at the top, the 4 number 1 seeds? So this is the women's bracket. I'm doing 3 brackets. I'm doing a nickname bracket, a color bracket, and a regular legit bracket. So anyway, let's take a look at it. Teams that got snubbed. I know Oklahoma's mad, Seton Hall's mad, St. John's is mad. In fact, those teams will not play. They've opted not to play in the NIT. So it's we don't want to play in that tournament. So kind of slap in the face at the NIT, I think. But anyway, St. John's, Oklahoma, Seton Hall were some of the teams that got knocked out, did not get included. And so as a result of that, they don't want to play in the tournament known as the NIT, and so they're not. And so I don't know what you think about that, whether you're for it or against it, but they have opted not to. And we've got that here somewhere in all our stuff. So here it is. Nope, that's something else I got. Okay, it would be right there. I knew I had it. NIT. We'll go to that in a minute. All right, so let's take a look at the bracketing. We start with the South bracket. Houston, the number 1 seed. Number 2 seed is Marquette. You got Houston, Longwood, Nebraska, Texas A&M, Wisconsin, James Madison, Duke, Vermont, Texas Tech, NC State, Kentucky, Oakland, Florida, the playing game between Boise State and Colorado, Marquette and Western Kentucky in the South bracket. Some say they've given Kentucky an easy road. I don't think they're going to go very far. This is me. I don't think Kentucky is poised to make a run. I thought they were, but now I don't think so. So I've changed my tune. In the Midwest, have you filled out the bracket yet? Some have, some have not. Have you? No, she's not. She's looking dapper today. She's got the, she took her cape off. She had her cape on. Would you call it a cape or a shawl? What would you call that? Okay. A jacket with sleeves. Okay. Purdue. Let's see who's in this. Montana State, Grambling, Utah State, TCU, Gonzaga, McNeese State, Kansas, Sanford, South Carolina, Oregon, Creighton, Akron, Texas, Virginia, Colorado State, Tennessee, and St. Peter's. Pretty tough region, the Midwest. In the East, the number 1 seed is UConn. That's a head scratcher to a point. Iowa State beats Houston, the number 1 team in the country, like a drum, and they don't get any more than a number 2 seed, and maybe that's okay. Time will tell. UConn, Stetson, Florida Atlantic, Northwestern, San Diego State, Alabama, Birmingham, Auburn, Yale, BYU, Duquesne, Illinois, Morehead State, Washington State, Drake, Iowa State, South Dakota State. To me, that's not a very strong region. I think the East is kind of a weak region. Then we go to the West. You have North Carolina, Howard or Wagner, Mississippi State, Michigan State, St. Mary's, Grand Canyon, Alabama, Charleston, Clemson, New Mexico, Baylor, Colgate, Dayton, Nevada, Arizona, and Long Beach State. That's a pretty tough region. West is pretty tough. I think that's going to be some hammers in that one. I thought the East was kind of soft. I think the South is soft a little bit. The Midwest, you got South Carolina, Purdue. Who else in there? Of course, Tennessee. Which team's going to show up for that team? Man, what? Lousy Murray. Have I not heard all weekend long about Tennessee's demise? I'm sure Mr. Nanny will weigh in that as well in a few minutes. So, anyway, St. John's, Oklahoma, Seton Hall, Iowa State, teams that should have gone. At least I think St. John's should have gone. Did not. I don't know about Seton Hall and Oklahoma. Here's the NIT starting tomorrow night. LSU, North Texas, Providence, Boston College, Georgia, Xavier, Virginia Tech. The Hokies will play Richmond. Ohio State, Cornell, Butler, and Minnesota. Iowa, Kansas State, Central Florida, South Florida, and University of California, Irvine, and Utah. Someone asked me, did East Tennessee State get in the NIT? No, they did not. So they either didn't accept an invitation or didn't get invited. I don't know which one, but they are not in the tournament. Now, for the women, you have Tennessee. The Lady Vols are going to be in the Portland 4. They will open things up against Green Bay, the 11th seed. The other side of the bracket's NC State and Chattanooga. The Thundering Herd, Lady Thundering Herd of Marshall are in. Yay! They're taking on Virginia Tech this weekend in Blacksburg. Other side of that bracket is Baylor and Vanderbilt and Columbia. So the Lady Thundering Herd are in the NCAA March Madness representing me alma mater, which I'm pretty proud of. And so it's good stuff. Of Quick break. First guest is here. Who goes first? Would it be Miss Lewis or Mr. Nanny? I'll let them decide that. We'll do this after this time out. We will start talking to our guests, and we'll get their takes. I'm sure she's got an opinion on what's going on. I know she does, and we get to be with her tomorrow at Eastside Elementary, as a matter of fact. We're passing out T-shirts tomorrow, too. Looking forward to that. And so we'll be there tomorrow for the readers or winners. We did it at Harold McCormick on Friday afternoon, had a blast. Thank you to Wesley for helping her out from Northeast Community Credit Union. So Miss Lewis is here. She'll join us after this break from the good folks at Physical Therapy Services on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Physical Therapy Services, so it's been busy. What's been going on?
Busy. Everybody keeps breaking their arm.
Breaking arms?
Yeah. We've had a lot of proximal humerus fractures. We're getting more athletic injuries again, after Christmas, into the season, conditioning, that kind of thing. So we have some athletes coming in, a lot of ankles, that kind of thing. So, and people are still having surgeries.
A lot of surgeries?
A lot of surgeries, yes.
Tell us some things you do that we may not know that you do and go, you take care of the obvious and people get hurt. What's some things that you help folks with and we may not know about?
Vertigo. That has actually been a big thing. I've done several assessments on vertigo the last few days. Lots of BPPV stuff. We do laser. We have an Alter G. That's an anti-gravity treadmill, and it's wonderful. We love it. We just got it tuned up for the year, so it's ready to go. That allows us to offload our athletes or surgical patients or anybody that needs to kind of offload and start from there. We also have several of the local, cross-country teams or track teams that come and use the Alter G as well. So we have a good old Alter G. We have dry needling. We do traction. We tape. We do everything.
Do it all?
Yeah.
2 locations?
Yes. We have one location down beside the VFW. That's the main ortho adult clinic. And then we also have a pediatric clinic. It's in the medical care building on the Waffle House side. And we have OT and PT for our kids. And so you can find us on Facebook. We have 2 different Facebooks, or you can call us at 423-543-0073.
Dr. Aaron Kaiser, one of our great sponsors right here on Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. What all do you have here at the Jewelers Bench?
So we carry an assortment of items. We've got Watchwise, G-Shock, Bearings, Citizens, Pearl-Wise. We do Imperial Pearl. I get some from a company called AGI, really great company. Diamonds, we do all kinds from Shaw Diamonds. We have lab-grown diamonds, Pandora. Do carry classic imports, which is sterling silver items, and then sterling reputation, that's sterling silver items. PRO is sterling silver, diamond, 14 karat yellow gold. Spotto watch bands, stuff from Equity Diamonds, just a wider range.
Jewelry repair, do a lot of that, of course. And jewelry cleaning, all that available here again as we are here at the Jewelers Bench. And so social media, how do we find you?
So Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbenchtn.com.
One of our great sponsors, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, the great folks at the Jewelers Bench. And there you are. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, she's here. Look at her. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Andrea Lewis. Da, 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 da. How you doing, lady?
I'm making it. How are you?
All right, let's get this over here so I can hear your golden tones.
Oh, yeah.
So, had a good weekend. Crazy weekend, I think you said.
It was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hello, John Harden. Carl Wilson says UConn's going to win it all. I don't see that, but we'll go through that here in a second. I don't know. Well, maybe they're just as good. They're on a roll, defending national champs. So, you didn't watch any games over the weekend. It was nuts. So, it was a quagmire, according to you. So, a little discombobulated. You didn't watch Indiana.
No, we kind of followed it, but it was
Other things
a
going
lot
on.
going on, yeah.
I'm reading this lady. How long have you been coming here? 2 years? A year?
I I believe it's been
Don't hurt my
maybe 2
feelings.
years.
Don't act like it's painful because you enjoy doing this. Don't hurt my feelings. How
No,
long?
I believe it's been
2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
So I'm reading her. I'm learning her. As they say back home, I'm learning the old girl. So I knew when she sat down, I thought, yep, it's been nuts. So, gotcha. All right. We will be tomorrow, by the way. She and I will be together one more time at Eastside Elementary, passing out T-shirts tomorrow for the readers or winners. We're looking forward to doing that. It's been great the first 2 stops. I can't expect anything less tomorrow. Should be a good time over there too. So we are looking forward to passing out T-shirts. Here they are. Readers are winners. She was gracious enough to bring one because she knew I would forget one, so she brought one for me. Because she said, "Did you bring your shirt?" I said, "No." So there it is. Where is it? Readers? Is it on the screen?
It looks great. Yeah. It's on there. Right in the center. You can see it.
She is so sarcastic. Yeah, it looks great. It's like, which means it's a dud. She's too nice to tell me.
No, it's center perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the back side of it, this is what all the kids get. There's 150 of these going to be around Elizabeth now. Is that on there good?
It's on there good.
There you go. Centered up. Northeast.
It is, yeah.
There you
Good
go.
job.
So thank you. So anyway, she knew I'd forget it, and I did, so she brought me one. And so there you go. That's what we're giving away tomorrow to the top 50 readers at each school. And this is our third and final stop. Come back from spring break, we'll award these to 150 youngsters, 50 per school. And then they'll start working on the third 9 weeks on water bottles, which is really cool. So anyway, we'll be together tomorrow. Ashley or Wesley? Oh, Wesley. Yeah.
Ashley will be there.
Yeah, Wesley helped us Wesley Murray helped us on Friday.
He really did.
He did, yeah. And Mr. Wampler did a great job. The principal and Miss Nave and Miss Rickert. So it was good, very, very good. All right, so here we go. Brackets. We have let's start with the South bracket. You want to pick any of these at all? Is it too? Well, I won't see it till next Monday. So a lot of these games will be played. So do we want to start picking these right now? Do you want me to do an Andrea bracket like right now?
We can just go off the whim.
Yeah.
I could just.
This is a wing job.
Yeah, we're gonna.
We're winging it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is a wing job of the highest proportions, no question. All right, I'm gonna fold this in half, and we're gonna start over on this side. So she didn't watch any games. She is flying blind.
I've watched games, just not this past.
This weekend, yeah.
Right.
She got an idea.
Yeah.
So all right, Houston and Longwood. Who do you like there? We're gonna start in the South bracket. So, by the way, we're gonna talk.
Go with Houston.
Going to Houston Cougars in that first game. All right. Nebraska and Texas A&M, the 8th seed against the 9th seed. I guess I should tell you that.
Nebraska.
Going with the Huskers. All right. Wisconsin, the Badgers, and the James Madison Dukes, 5 versus 12.
Wisconsin.
Going with Wisconsin out of the Big Ten. All right. Duke and Vermont. Number 4 Duke, number 13 Vermont.
Duke.
Going with Duke. All right. Going right down the list here. Number 6 Texas Tech, 11th seed North Carolina State.
NC State.
I'm right there with you. It's an upset special. Exactly. I like how she talks. All right. Number 3 Kentucky, number 14 Oakland.
Kentucky.
Okay. Florida in a play-in game between Boise State and Colorado. Will it make any difference? Florida won the SEC because you didn't know that yesterday. You were busy, so
right.
Florida won it all. They beat Auburn, so
We'll go with Florida.
Go on the Gators. All right. So you said that painfully, okay? And then you have Marquette, number 2 seed, and Western Kentucky, number 15 seed.
Marquette.
Going with Marquette. All right. Going with MARQ. Did you go to the race yesterday?
I've been to one, and that was enough.
Okay. Been there, done that. Okay.
Yes.
Not going back.
No.
Gotcha. Appreciate her honesty. So there you go. I've been to one. I was a track announcer for 20 years. Haven't been back. Just moved on. New chapter.
That's right.
Yeah. But they had a good crowd. I think it was a big crowd. Had a good crowd, 50,000, which seems tiny up there at home.
It looks tiny.
Holds 150, so didn't look like it was a whole lot of people there. So, but they had a good race. Denny Hamlin was there, won it, and so now they'll come back in August for the night race. All right. Midwest Regional, top seeded Purdue against either Montana State or Grambling.
Purdue.
Purdue. All right. We're now moved into the Midwest Regional. Number 8, Utah State. Number 9, TCU.
TCU.
TCU. All right. Gonzaga, the number 5 seed, and McNeese, the 12th seed.
Gonzaga.
Gonzaga. Okay. Number 4, Kansas. Number 13, Sanford.
Kansas.
Okay. Number 6, South Carolina. Number 11, Oregon.
South Carolina.
Okay. Number 3, Creighton, the Blue Jays, or number 14, the Akron Zips.
Creighton.
You're not on the screen. We got to get you on the screen. Okay, Creighton?
Yes.
Taking Creighton, okay. And then we have Texas and either Virginia or Colorado State. That's a playing game, by the way. So
Texas.
Texas, and then Tennessee and St. Peter's.
Tennessee.
Did not say that with a lot of confidence. There's trouble in paradise. So there you go. All right, in the East Regional, top seeded UConn against the Stetson Hatters.
UConn.
UConn, you like them?
I do not.
Okay. Number 8 seed. You got to love a woman for honesty. Florida Atlantic, number 8 seed, and Northwestern 9th seed. Who you like there?
Northwestern.
NW, okay. Number 5, San Diego State, and Alabama Birmingham. 5 versus 12.
San Diego State.
SDST, okay. Auburn, 4th seeded, and the Yale Bulldogs, 13th seed.
Auburn.
Auburn, okay. We're just clicking these right off here. BYU, number 6, against the number 11 seed Duquesne.
BYU.
BYU, the Cougars. Number 3 seeded Illinois, 14 seeded Morehead State.
Illinois.
You're not picking any upsets, okay? Number 7, Washington State against Drake. Number 10 seed. Boom, boom.
We'll go with Drake.
Go with Drake. That would be an upset, okay? Yeah. And then number 2, Iowa State, and number 15, South Dakota State.
Iowa State.
Okay. All right. Then we get into the West Regional. Top seed of North Carolina plays either Howard or Wagner. That's a playing game. You take Tar Heels or you take one of these upset
UNC.
teams. All right. Okay. She's popping them off where I can write them down now. She's on it. Number 8, Michigan State. Number 8, Mississippi State. Number 9, Michigan State.
That's going to be a good game.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Mississippi.
Going with Mississippi State. Okay. Number 5, St. Mary's to play number 12, Grand Canyon.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's. All right. Number 4, Alabama. Number 13, College of Charleston.
Alabama.
Okay. Number 6, Clemson. Number 11, New Mexico.
Ooh, New Mexico did play a good game. I kind of did catch that.
Okay.
A little bit. Clemson.
Clemson. Okay. Number 3, Baylor. Number 14, Colgate.
Baylor.
Baylor. Okay. We're doing her picks, by the way, live on the air. Number 7, Dayton. Number 2, I don't think she knew we were going to do this. That's okay. Number 7, she can multitask. She can just go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's what I like about her. Number 7, Dayton. Number 10, Nevada. She can wing it. Wing it. All right. And number 2, Arizona. Number 15, Long Beach State.
Arizona.
Arizona. Do you want to go out here and tell me who you think is going to be in the Final Four? Out of the teams you just picked, ma'am?
Tell you what.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go with UNC.
Okay, we'll go UNC coming out of this one. Let's see. Okay. All right. Oh, I messed that up. It's going to be right here. Okay. UNC up here in that East bracket you would go to out of these teams left based on the Andrea picks.
I'm going to say Auburn.
Auburn. Okay. So you got Auburn and UNC on this side of the bracket for the Final Four. Over here you have who? In the South, up here you would pick who? No.
I'm going to go with Wisconsin.
Okay. And your last pick over in the Midwest.
I always go, ooh. That's a hard one.
Yep.
That's a hard one.
Uh-huh.
I would say we'll go with Tennessee. I never put them in the Final Four. I'm just going to say it.
So
Hope
you
I eat
have
my words.
You have what? You have Wisconsin, Tennessee, Auburn, and North Carolina in the Final Four. You want to change? You give that?
That's good. We'll go with it.
All right, it's in. Okay, let's put her name up here because that's not what I'm gonna do. So there you go. That would be Andrea's picks. So we'll set that over there because we'll see how far that goes. There's some of those in there. You didn't pick any. Well, that's okay. You did what you did. So there's that's the one we're gonna go by. We've already done it. So you did not go to the race. It was a crazy weekend. It was a quagmire. It was nutso. You didn't get anything done. And you're back at work and you ready for another day off or something. You need to.
I am glad to be back at work.
Oh, absolutely.
You know.
She does a wonderful job. So. However,
when the weekend is just too good, you just forget to rest.
When the weekend is too good. I'll write that one down.
It's okay though.
When the weekend is too good, that could be a line of a song or something. When the weekend is too good, you forget to rest.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a week off coming up soon, so I'm looking forward to that. No complaints here.
Exactly.
Just praying for good weather and
a
staycation.
A staycation. There you go. Next week, by the way, Elizabeth City School spring break, so I think I'm not sure we'll be here next Monday. I think we're going to kind of disappear for a day or two because it just becomes a lot of folks are gone, it's tough to book guests and all that. So why don't we just take a day or two off next week when everybody else is? So, but there we go. All right, so we got that taken care of. We got the bracket is set. We can take this one to Vegas. So here we go. David, if you want to know the winning, here it is right here.
I should have went with the team that I shouldn't have picked, the entire bracket.
You want to read it?
No,
Oh.
This is what happens when you think too much into it.
Yeah. You overthink it, just go with your heart. Mama used to say, follow your heart. So there you go, even
That's
when you
right.
pick. So I'm going to do 3. I'm going to do a nickname bracket. I'm going to do a color bracket and just a legit sit down and actually do a legit bracket, but we'll see. All right. She's here. He's here. We got to get him rolling here because she's got to roll on. So we have the William Armstrong Scholarship that you have until the end of the month to get qualified for, to register, to get signed up. You'd be really, really silly if you don't take advantage of this. Tell us how this works.
Yes, the deadline is in 2 weeks. So we have to have those applications and the required documents in 2 weeks. It's on March the 31st is the deadline. And we just want to let you know it's $500 to a graduating senior from each local county, city, and homeschool graduating seniors.
Mm-hmm.
We will select one. A committee will vote on those, and we will go to your awards day and present that to you. And so just don't forget to get that in. There's just a couple of requirements, and if you're going to further your education, this would be fantastic. $500 for any expenses such as books and audiobooks, whatever your needs are for school.
Yep. So why would you not? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, what Mama used to say, and she's right. So get in, go to, where do we go to sign up?
You can go to bemycu.org.
Yep.
You can also come in and we will give you a copy of all of that information. Your schools also have all the information. All the school counselors have those. So just let us know if we can help.
That's all you need. And so be ready to go. And again, why would you not? I mean, really, it seems pretty simple to me to get in and get signed up and get ready to go. We're here live again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on the Tom Daly Sports Show number 2042. All right, so you look at the East Tennessee Community Network meeting. Something else that they offer to be part of, which is FREE. Tell me about this.
It is free. It is for any business organization local, and you can join us. There's no obligations. We meet the first Wednesday of every month at the Elizabethton Chamber of Commerce, and the doors open at 7:40 a.m., and then we start the meeting at 8 a.m., and it lasts about an hour. And our next meeting will be April the 3rd. So we look forward to seeing you there. Bring your colleagues and all the business owners or boss ladies, boss men,
Sure. Wow.
organizations, anybody.
Why would you not do that? That's another reason. Why would you not come and do something free? You can promote your business in front of a bunch of other fellow business folks and get leads out of it. And
Yeah.
so that happens all the time, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So, last but not least, the HELOC special. We've talked about this every week, but it's out there, and folks are taking advantage of it. APR at 5.99%. Tell us about it, would you please?
Yes, I can. You can get the most out of your home's value, such as a pool, screened-in porch, a new roof, anything like that that's going to increase the value of your home. You can apply for our HELOC loan special right now, starting at 5.99% APR. You can't beat it right now. And if you have any questions, call us at 423-547-1200. We'll get you in touch with a loan expert.
Where are we going on vacation? Where'd you say you're going to go?
I'm undecided this year.
No, we talked about this last week. It's
What
some
is it?
island. What was it?
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah,
If I
Turks.
wanted,
Yeah.
what was it? Enough money to
Do something.
I don't
Get
know.
there.
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have no clue where that's at. Sounds like it's far, far away. There's water involved in the beach, right?
That's right.
Yeah. You can do that, a dream vacation, a new pool, hot tub, screened-in porch, new deck, pick it, new truck, whatever. Home equity line of credit, remodel your home, whatever you may need. Northeast Community Credit Union can do it, starting at 5.99% APR. You will be tomorrow. Actually, we'll see you twice tomorrow. We're going to
Yes.
pass out T-shirts, and then tomorrow night is a ribbon cutting. Tell us about that.
We are going to be there for the ribbon cutting at Northeast Community Credit Union Ballpark, and there are some amazing transformations to that field. We're so excited to be a part of it and be a partner down there. So a bunch of us are going to go down and support Kiva, her team, and everyone that's played a role in that. So we're really excited. That's tomorrow. I think they changed the time. 5:45. Everything begins. The ceremony. Of course, the JV plays, I think, at 4.
They do.
And so come on down.
They moved it up because the temperatures are going to be cold again tomorrow. I think it's
Yeah.
redbud winter, I think.
Yeah, it's some kind of
Yeah.
bud. I don't know. Blackberry, blue. You got all kinds of tails.
Some kind of a bud, she said. That'd be redbud. So, redbud, the redbud trees are blooming.
trees. Yeah.
We usually go through 3, redbud, then we go through a dogwood winter, and we go through a blackberry winter in May, a couple of cool days when blackberries are blooming. So I think this is the first one up. Or may just be a fluke, it's cold weather, but I think it's redbud, isn't it, David? Is it redbud winter? It is. So,
Whatever it is, I just want it to warm up.
Well, it's going to, I think by Wednesday, it's going to get a little bit warmer.
I think so.
Yeah, so we always look forward to her being here. So tomorrow you get to see her twice, and you'll get to see her. I haven't decided I'm going to be gone next week or not. I think I am. We'll take a couple of days off. But anyway, if not, we'll be back. Now, when do you take off for this week of staycation? Is it coming
I
up?
won't be here next Monday. So if that's,
Then I guess that'd
is
be.
that the week you're thinking of taking your school break as well?
Yeah, next week's spring break. So I'm thinking.
You might as well.
Might as well. So we just made it official. Lewis ain't here. I ain't here. So
Aw.
Nanny won't be here. So
Nanny might be here.
no, it's spring break. He does something. With,
he's-
he usually does something with these girls on spring break, don't you? Don't you normally do something with the girls? Yeah. So,
Good for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So by this time, well, in 2 weeks when you get back in here, we're well into March Madness. Will be way down the line, getting ready for Auburn, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Tennessee in the Final
Man,
Four.
those are gonna. I know.
So
That's hard to even hear me
yeah,
say that for
Yeah.
the Final Four, but we'll see.
we'll see. It was fun picking them.
It was fun. That's what it's about.
Get you some lunch, lady. I'll see you tomorrow at Eastside Elementary, passing out T-shirts.
Yes, sir.
Looking
Thank
forward
you.
to it. Quick break. We'll be right back. Mr. Nanny's in the house next on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
And I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show, we are live here again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, joined by our buddy David Nanny. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Yeah. Did you have a crazy weekend like Andrea? Apparently, she had a crazy weekend.
No, it wasn't too crazy.
Okay,
Well,
so-
not too bad.
so-
Pretty normal.
Did you watch the race?
I did watch part of it.
Yeah.
I slept through part of it, but I watched a lot of it, more than usual.
54 lead changes, which is
Yeah.
a record for a short
Oh,
track.
It was a great race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from beginning to end, there was nothing but action.
They were throwing cucumbers now. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I didn't get that. So there's a reason for it, and I don't know what it is, but they're throwing cucumbers down on the track now. So that's
They were throwing rubber everywhere too.
Yeah.
So
and the tires were a big
the
deal.
tires were, man, live.
They showed those tires with the cords are ripped.
shredded, weren't
Oh
they?
yeah.
Yeah.
They said it was the sticky stuff, and I always called it when I did it. I always called it blackjack, and
Right.
that was correct because it's a PJ. There's a scientific name for it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's basically sticky black residue they put on the track for traction,
right.
and for some reason it made the cords of the tires come out of it
That was
more than
terrible.
normal.
Yeah,
So-
it was
Anyway,
pretty crazy.
yep, Denny Hamlin wins it.
Yeah,
So he is now trails only Kyle Busch, I think, for the most wins up there.
yeah,
As a modern driver. So the guy owns
That's true.
he's starting to do very well at Bristol. Kyle Busch did not have a good day at the track.
no.
So anyway, that's how that went. And then we got the March Madness. So
Oh, it's madness.
yeah.
I tell you what, I kind of, I don't know. My madness started on Friday when Tennessee didn't show up to
Wow. That's an
Mississippi
understatement.
State. That was 2 in
Pitiful.
a row. It just made me. I didn't want to watch any of the tournaments. I was kind of glad if anybody besides Tennessee didn't win. I was okay with Auburn winning with Coach Pearl.
Yeah.
I like him, but I don't
Yeah.
like Auburn. But
Were you surprised Florida won the SEC tournament?
oh yeah,
Yeah, that was
yeah.
a big surprise.
Oh, a huge surprise.
Yeah.
And they're upset because they're stuck out in Portland or somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I all these people that are griping and complaining, Tennessee's a 2 seed, blah blah blah, and Auburn's playing in Portland, and they're all the way out there. And you know what? 2 words for you: play better.
Whoo.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You do better.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, you can't. I don't know.
Not everybody can get it how they want it.
No.
Life
absolutely
ain't that
not.
way, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
No, you gotta play hard, and I mean, I know they did, but
It
Gotta
don't
do
work in this
better.
job. It don't work in your job. You don't.
no.
The old Rolling Stones song, you can't always get what you want.
No, you can't.
No.
sometimes you get what you need. If
That's
you're
it.
just lucky.
Amen.
But yeah, you just got to do better.
Yeah. So your number one seed in the South is Houston. The number one seed in the Midwest is Purdue. Number one seed in the West is North Carolina. Number one seed in the East is UConn. So Seton Hall, Oklahoma, and St. John says we got shafted. We're not going to go play in NIT. So the NIT is just not really what it used to be. I mean,
It's not. But there again, play better.
Play better.
Hey, listen, how many games do they play now? I mean, you think about all the play that happens before the season starts.
30, 35 games probably, somewhere through there, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what's your record at the end of the day? I mean, if you're,
Good point.
That's what it amounts to. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There's always somebody that gets the raw deal, and don't get me wrong, that's probably a real thing in some cases. But most of the time, it's just nobody. And I whine. Don't get me wrong. I whine a little bit, you know. But it's not always the official. It's not always that one play that defines the game. You know, it's what you do from the time the ball's tipped till the buzzer goes off. And I don't know. I get maybe I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
No, I'm right there with you. I mean,
I just get tired of the whining and crying about stuff that, you know. I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. I would agree with you wholeheartedly, sir. So, I mean, look at all these teams. Look at all the ones that are going to go to the NIT and play. So, at least these guys are in the tournament.
Right.
And Auburn says they're mad, or was you said Auburn and Florida's mad because they got to go?
Yeah, they got to go to Portland.
Okay.
I heard that on the radio this morning.
So Auburn's got to go over there, and so Florida's in the South Regional. So I don't know where all these teams are playing. It doesn't say, but all I got is the bracket. But
right.
But I will say, Tennessee was extremely, in my humble opinion, unimpressive.
Oh.
I said going into that game Saturday or Friday, we were at where was I? I was at the Duck Crossing. I said on the air, I said they've got to come out of the gate, house of fire after losing Kentucky, and show me they want it and they want to get after it and really blow them off the floor early. Mississippi State. Not only didn't blow them off the floor, they got beat. They got it handed to them.
Yeah,
so
they did.
The mojo for Tennessee. I mean, St. Peter's, I'd like to think you can beat them, but after that, you got Texas, Virginia, or Colorado State on the other side of the bracket. So,
yeah.
And on down the line is South Carolina, who's already, didn't they beat you? Didn't South Carolina beat them?
Yeah.
Oregon, Creighton, Akron. So, the waters get deep pretty quick. So, Tennessee needs to establish themselves against St. Peter's. You'd like to think they would.
Yeah.
But
I really thought they would do something against Mississippi State too.
Yeah. Quarterfinals, SEC tournament.
Yeah.
Lost.
Yeah.
So.
I mean.
And I had people tell me over the weekend.
Well, I mean, you know, Alabama got beat, Florida got beat, whatever.
But they weren't projected to be a number one seed. They weren't fourth and fifth in the country.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And I had people tell me yesterday in my travels, well, they'll be a number one seed. If they don't, they're going to get shafted. I said, why would you think they'd be a number one seed?
Right.
They never even got to they lost in the opening round of the quarterfinals of their own tournament. No. So they got, quite frankly, I'm surprised they got a 2 seed.
Oh, yeah, I was happy with a 2.
I thought
really
they'd be a 3 or 4 seed. So, but you know what? None of this matters when they tip it up. It's everybody. It's a brand new season, and it's
exactly
seeding don't mean a thing. So who's going to catch fire and play good?
When does it start officially?
The playing games start tomorrow.
Right, but the Friday's the
first round 21-22, 21st, 22nd. When is that?
I don't know what that is. Might be Friday. I don't.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
You know, after Friday, nobody's going to care who was a 1 or a 2
No.
or whatever.
No.
It won't matter.
No.
You know, and that's the thing. We all get excited at this time of year, and somebody should have been whatever, but it ain't going to matter. It'll
Nope.
play out.
It'll be what it'll be.
Yeah, that's right. No matter what.
And guess what? As I said this morning, someone on the phone driving over, I said, win, lose, or draw, the Lord's still on the throne.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it don't really matter.
Yeah, that's right.
Come on now.
At the end of the day, that's one of the minor things in life. As much as I love it, it's not.
No.
Doesn't matter. You know.
It is what it is. It's a game. So.
I've seen them go down a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nosedive.
And I say this all the time, and I'm not trying to be whatever, but go to the ICU of any local hospital or any hospital
Yeah.
and quiz them about the March Madness.
Yeah, they don't know.
They're not interested. They're in there fighting for their life. They could care less, and they realize it's a basketball game. We don't care.
That's
So we
very
got
true.
we got bigger fish to fry. Just trying to make it to the next day. So so we think all this stuff matters. It does not matter. So
No.
it's fun to talk about.
Yeah, it's fun to talk about, but not worth getting all excited about too much.
I have a buddy of mine who prides himself on destroying remotes, throwing them against the wall. What do you think? He said, "What do you think about that?" So I think you're an idiot. So
Yeah.
he's busted TVs. He's busted remotes over basketball games.
Oh man.
No. Do I want to? The other night we got beat down in Cobb County or the lady side. Did I want to win? Oh yeah.
Oh
It was
yeah.
a quiet ride home, but I thought it is what it is. But if I'm
Yeah.
going to throw stuff and I've seen people get thrown out of games
Oh yeah.
over a basketball game. Well, my
Yeah.
kid's playing. I want them to do good. I get that. I got one playing. I want to do good too.
Right.
But I ain't gonna get thrown out of a gym over a basketball game.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not going to help that kid either.
No.
You know.
No.
I
It
mean,
doesn't change one thing. The guy broke. I think he said he broke 8 or 9 remotes over the years. What's the cost you per remote, dude? He said, if I get one of them Universal, it's $30 or $40. Okay. So anyway, we're here. We're talking Parks and Rec with the interim Parks and Rec director of Elizabethton Parks and Rec, Mr. David Nanny. So, now one of your girls went to the track. Is she a race fan?
Yep. No, not really.
Just
she
something to do.
She was invited by a friend and she went.
There you go.
She don't really care at all about that. She's you know.
No, something to do.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's all it was.
You watched it on TV and took a siesta now
Oh
and then.
yes,
so-
I did. It's that or golf helps me out on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
You're
I'm
gone?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out.
All
But
right.
I usually Bristol I'll watch, Daytona I'll watch. I went to Talladega last fall. Went down there and watched a race. Of course, it was absolutely free the whole trip, so that's why I went to Talladega.
Sure.
But
I
it was
get it.
fun. It was a good, set in the box and all that good stuff. It was nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
When it's free, it's just funner.
Oh, it is. It's a whole lot.
Yeah. When ain't no money coming out of your pocket, it's good.
No, that's nice. But and my dad was huge. He still is huge NASCAR fan. Loved NASCAR. Loves racing, and I on the way home from church, I stopped, brought him some lunch, talked to him for a while, and made sure I had the right. He had the right channel on TV so he could watch it. And I grew up watching, I started to say watching it, but listening to it on the radio on a Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
MRN.
Oh, absolutely.
Barney Hall.
That's right.
Yeah, he was awesome.
Yeah, but I mean it's cool. It's I don't know what it is. I guess it's just as you get older, you don't. I don't know if that's wiser, but I just don't. It doesn't do. I mean, doesn't do anything for me. When Petty, I was always a Petty fan.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the Allisons, and when David Pearson, and even when the Earnhardt era, and most of those guys, I still kind of kept up with a little bit. But after that, just my gosh, that kid, Joe Gibbs' grandson. I'm looking at this, and Stephanie walks the room, and she said, "How old is that kid?" I said, "I don't know. He looks like he's 12. I don't know how old he is, but he's probably 18 or something."
He's not very old.
No. But you know what? I mean, there's a whole lot of things. It's like football, baseball, all that stuff basketball. When Larry Bird, that group kind of fell out when they retired, I was finished with NBA basketball.
Yeah.
I still like the Braves, still watch the Braves, but and the Dolphins, but and of course UT, everything. But it's like you said, I want to be there if I can possibly. I mean, I'll go to a game or two a year, but if I get a chance, I'll. If it's possible that I can watch it, yeah, I'm going to be watching the game. But as far as throwing stuff or I may yell every now and then.
Which is
My
okay.
wife will rush into what's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, they just threw an interception. I can't believe it. But anyway, you just kind of, I don't know. I'm just kind of over a lot of. It's okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A at Elizabethton. We will take a look at some Major League Baseball coming up here, and again run down to the NIT and take a look at the girls or the women's bracket as well. And let's see what we got going on Parks and Rec right now.
On the 8th of that's Monday, April the 8th, we have a solar eclipse viewing at Kiwanis Park. And that's going to be a really cool deal. We'll have the glasses to put on to watch to see the solar eclipse, and that'll be from 1:30 till 4:30 on that Monday, the 8th. And we'll also have some snacks, and there'll be games to play. Because I can't imagine anybody standing for 3 hours looking at the sun. But
I wouldn't think.
There'll be, but there'll be games and things for kids to play and some giveaways and that kind of thing. And then on the 19th of April, we're coming right back with another dodgeball event at the rec center. So, same thing, on the 19th from 6 to 8, glow-in-the-dark dodgeball. We've had 2 of these, I think, already. 3, maybe 3 this season. And, they're just tremendous. We have huge crowds. And these people just keep wanting to come back. So
Absolutely.
We're going to keep doing it until, pretty soon it'll warm up. We'll be doing some things outside. And athletics, oh my gosh, we've got co-ed volleyball tomorrow night, women's basketball Thursday, women's basketball. There's something going on. We've got walking every day. There's open gym. There's something going on,
all the time.
All the time.
We love it. Love it, love it. How do we find out more about it? Social media?
Yes, that you can go to Facebook, Elizabethton Parks and Recreation, or you can go to our website, elizabethton.org.
Just that easy, folks. We appreciate you coming by. Are you hungry?
Yeah, I think I'll have something.
Yeah. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good, my
We'll
friend.
take next Monday off, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
I don't blame you. Sounds good.
You got it. I'll see you in 2. Good man. Be right back after this. We're live here at Chick-fil-A on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. On to Travis Constable again with TNS Home Improvements. Tell me what it's all about, sir.
Well, we build decks, do porches, roofing, underpinning under mobile homes, a little bit of remodel work, but with the decks and roofing, we just try to stick on that end of things.
Absolutely. And so they've been at it for how many years now?
We've been at it for a little over 3 years now.
3 years. TNS Home Improvements. They go all over the Tri-Cities. You take quotes. You're licensed and bonded, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So I make the phone call. Let's step me through real quick. I make the phone call, get a hold of you, say we're going to come out and see what you got going on, and tell me what do you do, take it from there. What happens next?
I'll schedule a day and time to come out and speak with you and give you an estimate, and you just have to say yay or nay, and then we put you on the schedule.
Social media, how do we find you?
Facebook.
Yep. And the phone number is?
423-946-8432.
They've been at it, folks. Again, started with a drill and a Chevy, what was it, Chevy Blazer?
Chevy Trailblazer.
Trailblazer. And now they're up to 5 full-time employees and four part-time employees. They're going great guns. They want to help you. Let them come give you a quote on what you need. TNS Home Improvements, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Hey, this is Tom Taylor. Here in 2024, the Tom Taylor Sports Show is now on TikTok. That's right. Lots of cool things coming all year long, again on TikTok. Be sure and like us, share it, and follow by hitting the plus button. So, a lot of neat things coming. Please get on board with us. Like, share, or follow by hitting the plus button. The Tom Taylor Sports Show, now in 2024, on TikTok.
This is Pastor Mark Fowler, and we want to invite you to be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church sometime soon. And we're thankful for what God is doing, and we've had visitors almost every week. We have so many people that God is using His Word to accomplish a work in their life. And we want you to come. I think about our society today, and there's a lot of talk about the negative aspects and generations and what's missing and what we're going to do and how do we face this social issue and how do we face that social issue. And that is always the buzz. And if we're not careful, we talk like God doesn't have an answer. 2 Timothy chapter 3 we looked at the other night together in our church, and it reminds us that yes, in the last days there's going to be some difficult things come, dangerous times, but the antidote is always God's Word. And so what we're trying to do is to provide Bible answers for today's tough questions. And we're building Believers by the Book. So we want your family to come. We're thankful to have a Sunday school hour and a junior church and master clubs and a youth group and all those things going on. But what we're trying to accomplish is to get the Word of God into the hearts and minds of God's people.
And back at the Tom Douglas Sports Show, we are live here again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on this Monday, the 18th day of March. Hope you're having a great day. And so we're going to be joined by, well, when he gets done eating, we got Leslie coming in here in a second. And then when we get done, we're going to let, before he takes off, we're going to let Bill Robinson, who's the head coach of Milligan men's basketball, he's here having lunch. I'm going to let him, you going to come now? Yeah, come on now. All right, we'll let him come, and then Leslie will be here in a minute. So let's let him talk a little hoops, March Madness. So let him settle into the chair, got his belly full. And so, how you doing, sir?
Doing well. How are you, Tom?
I'm doing good. Thank you. This is a pleasant surprise. Didn't know he was going to be here. So
popped in. That's the only way I see Rachel sometimes. Got to come to Chick-fil-A to see my daughter working in the back. So
she is a warrior. She is, I call her Elmer all the time. She's, wait a minute, I said, or gorilla, you're the glue. You're one of the key parts to the puzzle here. So, all right, March Madness, what do you think? Did they get it right? Who got your big basketball guy? Did they get them all right? I know Seton Hall, Oklahoma, and St. John's are upset. So, what do you think?
They never get it 100% right, I don't think. It's hard. You get two teams that are equal and you only have one spot left. What do you do? So, I don't think you can argue with what they picked. You know, obviously, if you're a St. John's fan or Oklahoma fan, you're upset today, but that's just part of it. I still think they should go to the NIT. I wish Carolina had gone to the NIT last year, and you get a chance to play, even if it's a postseason tournament, even if it's not the tournament, I think you still got to go.
Yeah. That's not a ringing endorsement for the NIT when these teams say we're not going. So I don't think it's – so I'm not sure. I don't totally agree with that, but, you know, it's a chance for your kids to play and get better.
Anytime your team can get better. Yeah. You have opportunities for your team to get better. You want kids to play. The biggest complaint that our kids have, especially our JV guys, is they just want to play more games. Mm-hmm. And if we had a bigger budget, we would. But anytime you get an opportunity to play, you got to play the game.
Yeah. I agree, 100%. So let's take a look at, let's jump in and go to the South region. Houston, number 1. Number 2 is Marquette. Number 3, I'm going down this list. Kentucky's number 3. We'll go to the top 5. Number 4 would be, guess I got to put them on here. I thought I could do it. So it happens. Let's see, Houston, number 1. Number 2, Marquette. Number 3 seed, where are you? Is Kentucky. Number 4 seed is Duke. And the 5th seed would be and is Wisconsin. What do you think about the South Regional?
Houston's just, I think, probably the best defensive team out of anybody. And, of course, they got beat in their conference tournament, but they just couldn't score that day. But their defense will get them to the Final Four, in my opinion. And they got a great coach, Kelvin Sampson, and I just think that they're ready, poised and ready for them to make a deep run.
Don't count them out?
Nope. That's the team I think is going to win. Of course, Marquette, Sam Gold, who plays for us, his brother Ben plays for them. So, you know, we'd like to see them play well and like to see him get to the Final Four. But
let's take a look at the East Regional. You got UConn, number 1. Number 2 seed is Iowa State. Number 3 seed is Illinois. Number 4 seed is Auburn. And the 5th seed in that bunch is, where are you? Number 5 seed is, San Diego State.
Yep.
What do you think?
UConn's number 1 overall seed, and Danny's got them playing great. And I don't see anybody beating them until they get to Phoenix, and I just think they're a Final Four team in my opinion. And I think that's probably the easiest pick out of all of them. But it is a tough bracket, maybe the toughest bracket out of all of them. But I still think UConn's the team to beat overall.
So you think East is the toughest bracket?
That's what they were saying on ESPN last night. Just
right.
It's a tough bracket, but I think UConn's up for the task for sure.
All right, let's go to the West region. Number 1 seed is North Carolina, then comes Arizona, then you have Baylor, you have Alabama, and you have number 5, St. Mary's. What do you think about this region?
St. Mary's they're very good. I mean, they beat Gonzaga twice this year, won that league. I think Carolina, of course, I root for my friends. I pick out the bracket on my friends. If you coach the team, I'd pick you to go to the Final Four just because you're my friend. So
right.
I've got Carolina winning that bracket. I think they're talented, too. I think they played really, really well. Of course, they got beat in their conference tournament, too. So hopefully that'll give them a little bit of a reset and give them a shot to go all the way.
The big old boy from NC State. Were you impressed with him? The big guy in the middle, E.J. Barnes.
He's very Burns. Yeah, DJ Burns. He's very, very talented. He's huge, and he's just a load. But he can also. He made a 3 the other day in a tournament game. He knows how to pass. He knows how to handle the double teams in the post. And the only thing he can't do is play more than 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time. He's got to get out, get a sub, get back in. And but he's a load. He's really fun to watch.
6'9", about 275 is what I looked him up at.
Yeah, he's not 275. He's about 325. I
big
think.
boy.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
he's
there's no way he's 275.
No.
So.
No, he is a big good way to describe him. He is a load, no question.
Yep.
We are here live again. We are at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Then we look at the Midwest region. Purdue number 1, Tennessee number 2. Number 3 seeded would be Creighton. Number 4 seeded is Kansas. Number 5 seeded Gonzaga. How you like this region?
I again, my friends at Tennessee, I've got Tennessee going to the Final Four there. I don't think Purdue is great. I think Zach Edey's great, but I don't think the supporting cast is great. And I think Creighton's really good too. It's going to take UT playing a little bit better than it did recently, but boy, I would love to see and again, I'd love to see a Carolina-Tennessee championship game and get to see my friends coach against each other, and that would be wonderful. We're going out. My whole staff's going out to Phoenix for the Final Four, so we're looking forward. I think the countdown to 17 days. So we're anticipating a great tournament.
Kansas up and down,
They
around.
got some guys hurt. Hunter Dickinson's been hurt, so they have not played well recently. And there's a lot of people, I think, including myself, that have Samford beating them in the first round.
So who has been going into this? Who's limping into? I mean, obviously Tennessee is. Who's limping into this tournament?
Well, you had 3 number 1 seeds all lost in their conference tournament, which is I don't think that's ever happened before, or at least not in my recollection. I'm worried about Carolina. Again, they're my team, but you see a team who just didn't play well, and their superstars. R.J. Davis is player of the year in the league. They played great, but the other guys didn't really play very well. They've got, like anybody else, they've got to make shots in order to be successful. So I'm a little worried about them. Houston, I'm not worried about them at all. I think they play great. But if somebody's limping into it, I think Kansas is the team where you sit there and say, man, they're right for the picking right now.
On the flip side, who's a surprise team? Who's got some mojo going into it besides Iowa State?
I think Creighton is really good.
Really?
And I think they're maybe a little bit under the radar, but they've got all the pieces. They've got size. They've got shooters. They got ball handling. They defend really well. I could see Creighton making a run.
Have you done your bracket yet?
I have. I just did it right before coming in.
So you got in the Final Four?
I've got a cool bracket group. I got a group from college, guys that I haven't seen in 35 years, that they put a bracket together. And even though we don't see each other, we still fill out a bracket every year. And I do have Houston, UConn, Carolina, and Tennessee. And I've got Carolina, Tennessee in the final. I got Carolina beating them just because working camp 20 years Carolina, I can't pick against my friends.
So you got Carolina, Tennessee in the national championship?
I sure do.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hope you're right.
Yeah, I would love to be right. And then, I'll be honest, we got Luke Lentz plays for me. His dad, Brian, is an assistant at UT. And if it came down to UT in North Carolina, I wouldn't North Carolina, but I wouldn't argue about Tennessee winning. I'd be either way.
So if he gets this right, he won't be on the Tom Notice Sports anymore. He'll be on ESPN. He'll be somewhere. If he gets it down to the Final Four.
The fact is, I'm never right. That's the truth. And people say, "Well, help me fill out my bracket." I'm like, I never watch any of these games. I'm always at my games, and I don't get to see very much college basketball during the season. Yeah. That's the reality of it.
So tell me what's going on in the NAIA. I know the ladies lost last week down in New Orleans. They got a chance to go as an at-large.
They did.
And they got beat by Georgetown, Kentucky. But still had a great year. You had a great year.
I could probably tell you more about what happened at the race because I was at the race all weekend.
Were you really?
So, yeah, we were at Banks and Brews and working, getting some fundraising for the guys at Hospitality Village. We had a group in the infield yesterday. We had a group at Gate 13. We had kids all over the place. So it was a great weekend. No rain, finally, for a Bristol race in the spring.
What kind of crowd you have?
The crowd yesterday was decent. It was actually not too bad. Saturday was not great for the truck race, but I thought it was pretty good yesterday.
Yeah.
We had Ross Chastain, driver number 1, came to our area, signed autographs, took pictures with the fans. He was as nice a guy you could possibly be. I was very impressed with him. Fans were just ecstatic that, I mean, he sat there, took pictures with everybody, signed anything. Everybody got a hat, signed hat. I got a signed hat.
Really?
So I've never been a Ross Chast fan. I really didn't know much about him, but he made me a fan too. So I got somebody to root for now.
There you go, Ross Chastain.
Ross Chastain.
The watermelon man. He wins races.
The
He
melon
throws
man.
watermelons off the top of the car.
Yep.
So
The hat's actually a melon man
Oh,
hat.
really?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking hat. So
before I let you go, why are they throwing cucumbers at the track now? What's that all about?
I have no idea. I actually left a little early yesterday so I could beat the traffic, so I have no idea what was going
Yeah,
on.
I mean, out there in the victory lane, they're throwing cucumbers out of the stands. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I
It
don't
means
either.
something. So
I'll do some research, see if I can figure it out.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's something to it. I'm
I'll
not up there
text you
anymore.
later if
so
I find any answers.
yeah, they're throwing cucumbers on the track now.
Yeah, who
So,
knows?
and there's a reason. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So thanks for stopping
Yeah,
by. It's an
sure.
impromptu surprise visit.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Head basketball coach of the Milligan men's team. That would be Coach Bill Robinson. Quick break. She's here. Leslie is in the house. She's going to join us next. Then we've also got our young lady from the ARM Ministry. She's going to join us as well. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and we'll take a break. We'll be right back after this from one of our folks making it go. That would be the good folks from Food City.
We're all picky about our produce, and whether you're a thumper, a sniffer, a squeezer, or just plain particular, we promise no one is more picky about produce than Food City. That's why we're introducing our Picky Promise. Whether it's from farms down the road or tropical produce from the ends of the earth, we guarantee it's fresh or we'll replace it. You see, we're picky about produce, so you don't have to be.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show. Look who stopped by. Leslie Broccoli, ladies and gentlemen, with my Sycamore Shoals. I love these pins.
Yep.
And I gave them one to somebody else the other day, and they love them too now. It's like, where do you get these at? I said, Sycamore Shoals State Park. There you go. Sells them right there.
Nice pins.
But they really are.
Yep.
$1.25 a piece.
Yep.
Which is certainly not a budget breaker. It's certainly portable. So you have show and tell today. What's going
I do.
on?
Well, we'll just show and tell first.
Okay.
If you want something else that doesn't cost too much money for a souvenir, we've got postcards.
Oh, okay.
They're 99 cents plus tax.
Okay.
We've got Carter Mansion.
Okay, let's go by these one by one. Here's the Carter Mansion for 99
Real
cents.
nice one.
Okay.
The Sabine Hill, the other home that we oversee, historic home.
These are actual pictures.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at the flowers.
Our people took these pictures and we got them made into postcards.
Love it. Look at the flowers there. Those
Yep.
are.
It's a pollinator garden.
Oh gosh, what are those? The purple ones. Purple cone flowers.
Cone flowers.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
coreopsis.
Yep.
So beautiful.
It's a certified pollinator garden. Then we've got what was that one? Oh,
certified
that was
pollinator garden?
Yeah,
That's
at
cool.
Sabine Hill.
All right.
That's winter at Fort Watauga.
Beautiful.
Then we've
Okay.
got fall at Fort Watauga.
These are gorgeous. You can make a montage out of these.
She's trying.
We really.
The lady that took those works for us.
You could frame them, make a kind of like
She's
a
gotta
Four
do the
Seasons.
spring, and she'll have it. And once, I got two of those. Sorry, that's Carter Mansion
Well,
again.
we don't care.
I'm sorry.
Those are Easter lilies. So.
Yep. Then we've got the statue out front in fall.
Yep.
And then Chad Bogart took the next one. This is our Patriots Path, our main path, and it's bluebells on it
Bluebell. There you go.
in the spring.
That's awesome.
So everybody's always asking for postcards. We got them 99 cents, and it'll be a little souvenir of Sycamore Shoals.
Absolutely.
Or the pins for $1.25.
$1.25.
We have a gentleman that was a reenactor for us, with us, OVTA too. His name's Richard Luce, and he is a painter. He's not doing too well right now, but we have 3 of his prints from pictures he made.
Wow.
This one is called...
He painted these?
He did. These are the prints.
He painted this?
Yes. Yes, and
Good
he has signed
night.
these prints. So
Look at this, folks. Look at
these
the-
are signed prints.
And
That's
there's a
the
glare.
Patriot Victory at Kings Mountain.
Can they see it? Look, can they see?
Yep.
I got it good?
Yep, we got it good.
Because I can't see. Look at the now there's a glare off of the
Yeah.
plastic, but still.
He gave us permission to use this one on our wall in the museum, but this is the print of the crossing.
That's a painting?
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
This is the print of his original painting.
Look at that,
Yeah.
folks. I'm going to try and, there's a glare, but look, okay, let's do it this way. And I'm moving around here, but look at that. That is awesome. That's
It's
a
on the
painting.
wall as you go into the mural. It's
How
on
much
the
are
wall.
these? $29.95.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
And signed once again. And then this is the Cherokee attack, the siege on Fort Watauga. And he painted that too.
Unbelievable. It's painting. Good night. Look at that.
Now, in each of these, he is in those. He paints himself into.
Oh, does he
it.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the one on the
On the
head
horse?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in there somewhere.
He's in here in this painting?
And he
That's
uses a lot of his fellow reenactors for the faces. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's neat stuff.
So those are for sale at
Sycamore Shoals Gift Shop.
Yes. We got a couple of things coming up. We just had the Over Mountain Weavers Guild show and sale, and that went real well. We got a spring hike coming up this weekend, March 23rd, Saturday, 10 to 11. I'm looking to see if you register for it. It might be canceled if it's bad weather. Old Time Music Jam is Sunday the 24th in the probably Gathering Room. We've got the Eclipse on April 8th, but this is the next big one, April
this plant
20th.
auction, yeah.
The plant auction, April 20th.
Yeah, we had a guy, you brought him in last year. What? Remember his name?
What?
The guy we brought in last year? Older man?
Yes, and he can come back this year if you need him to.
I do.
Okay.
I can't remember his name.
I can't. I'm blanking
I
out
can
now,
see. I
too.
just went totally blank.
Yeah.
He has,
he
he has a pumpkin farm.
Yes, he runs the Laurel's
Laurel Pumpkin Farm.
Yep. Yep.
I can see him.
That's his.
A former ad agent.
Uh-huh.
Not ad agent. A
Ag
former
agent,
ad
yep.
agent. Ag agent. Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Yeah. Wonder if his name's on here.
I was looking
It
to
is
see
not.
too.
Anyway, I can't
Oh.
remember his name, but he'll come be on the show.
Yes.
I apologize. I'm having a brain burp. But anyway, this is coming up on April the 20th, the plant auction. Last year was huge success,
Yes,
wasn't it?
yeah.
So mark your calendar for the 20th of April, which is not that far away.
All kinds of plants, bushes, trees, shrubs, and the money goes for a good cause.
Yep.
Yep.
Cash or check only. Again, it's going to be all kinds of different plant auctions on the 20th of April, on that Saturday, which is, what's today? A little over a month away, really.
Yep.
Today's
Yep.
the 18th. So
Yep. So not too much longer.
No.
All right.
Is
They're
that all
getting
you-
ready for it.
is
That's
that all your
it.
goodies?
That's all.
Cool.
We had gobs of people come in. Oh
Did
my
we?
gosh, it's been spring break all over the United States. So all the spring break people are coming here. I had a family come in with about 8 people in it the other day, half of them kids, half adults. I said, "You must be on spring break." She said, "Yes." I said, "Where'd you come from?" "Florida." I'm like,
Wow.
"No, it's supposed to be the other way. You're supposed to
But-
go to Florida on spring break."
Yeah.
She goes, "That's why we left."
To get away.
To
Come
get
up here.
away, yeah.
I love it.
And then I had race people going home
Race fans?
today and stop by. Yeah.
Awesome.
So come see us.
It is. Tell us the
Yeah.
hours you're open. The park's open. What
Yes.
hour? What are the
We're
hours?
open 8 to 4 every day, Monday through Saturday. Closed for lunch,
Mhm.
12 to 1. And then Sundays we're open 1 to 4:30.
Yep. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
See you in 2 weeks. We'll
All
take
right.
next Monday off.
Okay.
So be back in
Sounds
2
good.
weeks.
2 weeks.
Quick break. We'll be right back. Arm Ministries next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to our buddy Brian Pipkin, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Brian Pipkin, tell us about the hickory smoked hams for Easter. They are out of this world good. Tell us about them.
Absolutely. So, we smoke hams 3 times a year. We do them for Easter, for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas. And if you've never had one of our smoked hams, I would strongly encourage you to try it. What we do, we we take a spiral ham, just really the exact same thing you can buy in the grocery store. We take that little packet of stuff they have and we chunk that in the trash can. We pop the ham on our smoker, cook them for a couple hours with a combination of hickory and charcoal, smoking them. They take them off the smoker. We immediately at that point pop them into a vacuum seal bag. We put our own special brine that we make in-house here on them that's a combination of several things that gives that good flavor. And then we seal it right there in the bag. And the beauty of this is when you cook it, it cooks with this brine juice in it, retains all the smoke flavor because the brine's designed to complement the smoke flavor, not to overpower it, which is what you usually get with the packets in the store. Is they're full of artificial flavors that are designed to kind of mask the taste of the ham. We want to bring out the natural flavor in it, and that's what our process does. They're really good. They're very competitively priced. I look at what Pratt's and Honey Baked Ham, which I think sell more hams than anybody in this area, charge, and we try to make sure that we're actually a little bit under that. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all if you try one of our hams. So just let us know. We're taking pre-orders on them. We cook them to order, so you just call us, tell us you want one. You pay for it when you pick it up, and we have a great time doing these. It's an honor to think of the family celebrations that we're a part of, and that's part of the reason we do it. It was something Phil always took a great deal of pride in, was thinking about a family sitting down at Easter and our meat being the center of that. So we still take a lot of pride in that, and we're more than happy to be a part of your Easter meal.
Hickory Smoked Easter Ham Smokes from Phil's Dream Pit, proud sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit and the Hickory Smoked Hams for Easter. Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, look who stopped by. Again, another one of our guests here on Mondays, which we appreciate. She comes in from time to time from the ARM Ministries. Tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Michelle Kitchens,
Yeah.
and I'm the Director of Assistance and Resource Ministries, otherwise known as ARM.
For folks out there who have no clue, we're getting ready to talk about a fundraiser coming up, but for folks who have no clue, give us an infomercial. What's ARM all about?
Okay, we are a food pantry and clothing closet here in Elizabeth, and we've been here for over 31 years. We're located behind Ingalls at 714 West C Street, and our website is armfoodpantry.com, or you can give us a call at 423-542-0919. And we take donations of clothing, household items, medical supplies, and we give that back to the community.
So you got a fundraiser coming up to promote and push
Yes.
the Double
DQ
Double
Quest.
DQ Quest coming up on Saturday, April 13th. What's this all about?
This is our third annual fundraiser. We start at the Johnson City Dairy Queen on the Tweetsie Trail, and we walk, ride bikes. Some people go by cars from the DQ in Johnson City to the DQ here in Elizabethton. And this year we have offered for your pets to come. And as long as they're leashed, we will offer bandanas and bows for the little girls. And you just quest your way up to Elizabethton and get you an ice cream.
There you go.
And we're excited, and that comes up on Saturday, April 13th. Registration starts at 8:30 to 10, and then it's self-paced and self-guided. So when you make it, you make it.
You make it. How much is it to do this?
It's $25 for adults, $15 for children.
That's where you get your fundraiser.
Yes.
$25 for adults, $15 for kids.
And that gets you a T-shirt, your ice cream, and the bandanas, of course, are separate this year.
Saturday, April the 13th. There you go. The Double DQ Quest. Can I keep this?
Yes, you can have that one.
Good. Keep that that way. I can talk it up.
And
all right.
then
Now we got an open house coming up. Tell me about that.
Yes, on April 5th from 12:30 to 1:30, we're doing an open house where church leaders, other community organizers, and organizations are invited. And that's just, we're going to tell you what we are, who we are, give you a tour, and just kind of see how we can help one another out.
Yep. And so this is for any churches.
Yes, any church or social organization.
Do you have churches that support you right now?
Yes.
Good.
We have many.
Discussing needs of the community and how we can serve the needy in Carter County. Again, it's on. It'll be on April the 5th. There'll be a tour for an hour from 12:30 to 1:30. Again, right in behind Ingalls, which is right over our shoulder here. So as a crow flies, it's almost straight behind us across the street. And so it's ARM Ministries on C Street and that will be coming up on April the 5th. That would be a Friday. Is that right?
Yes.
Tuesday's the 2nd. Wednesday, yeah, Friday the 5th has been when this is going on. So we'll keep that, promote that. Then we got an yard sale coming up. Tell me about
Yes,
this.
well, we do an annual yard sale over at the First Presbyterian off of F Street. And I'm just putting this out here now because we're starting to go from winter to summer clothing and starting to do a little bit of spring cleaning as the sun comes out. So
Right.
we're accepting donations from June 1st to June 6th. And you can give us a call at 423-542-0919 and just let us know if you want to donate any items, and we can make arrangements to store that for you.
The month of February, how many folks did you serve?
We served over 1,100.
There you go. By the way, the guy's name, thank you, Baker. Appreciate you. The name of the gentleman that's going to come talk with the plant auction for Sycamore Shoals is Keith Hart. Went totally blank. Brain burp. Happens. You don't ever have those, do you?
Senior moments.
Yeah, you don't. You don't have any of those, do you?
Oh, I have them all the time.
Do you really? Brain burps? I thought it was just me.
No, I walk into a room and forget what I walked in there for.
I can understand that. So I knew who he was. I could see his face. Anyway, it's Keith Hart. He'll be the gentleman we were talking about. Let's see what Rob Fritz's arm is a wonderful asset to the community. Thank you, Rob. Where have you been? Need to get you on the show. Rob Fritz with the Hampton Bulldogs. So, yes, arm is. I mean, what little I've been around this young lady, they do a wonderful job taking care of a lot of needs in our county here in Carter County, and the needs are great. It continues to grow, doesn't it?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
So anyway, here's coming up the yard sale. So this is how it works. If you're looking to donate some things, they're accepting donations in early June for the yard sale on June the 7th, which is a ways down the road, but it really isn't. I mean, it'll be here before you know it. But the first thing coming up is this open house on the 5th of April. Excuse me. And this next thing will be the Double DQ Quest. $25 adults, $15 kids to do a fundraiser, and all the money goes to run the operating program, right?
Right.
And the last time you were here, you had the guys that just come back from, I guess they went to Sam somewhere and bought a bunch of food. They
Yes.
do that? That's a weekly thing, isn't it?
Yes, that's what they're doing today.
Right now, yeah.
So we do that on Mondays and Tuesdays.
So he sat down and told me, like, how many bags of potatoes? It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, it's over 5,000 pounds of potatoes and onions.
And food in general, right?
Yeah, food in general. We
Yeah.
do over 12,000 pounds a month.
12,000 pounds a month? Wow. How do folks qualify to come get the food?
Well, they don't need an appointment. It's first come, first serve. You come in, you bring your ID, your a utility bill in your name at your residence, and you come in and we'll set you up, and you can get food that day or go to clothing that day.
It's
and there's
awesome.
no charge for any service that we provide.
12,000 pounds of food in a month.
In a month.
It's all gone.
It's gone every month.
That is unbelievable.
There's-
One place in Carter County, 12,000 pounds of food a month. So you get the obvious. You mentioned potatoes and onions, probably peanut butter, non-perishables, Pop-Tarts. What else do you get?
We get milk, bread, desserts, fresh produce, things like that. We try and put out nutritious meals every month.
12,000 pounds in a month. One place. Our ministry's here in Elizabeth. How do we find you on social media?
We are at Arm Food Pantry on Facebook, and on the website is armfoodpantry.com.
That's awesome.
And we're always looking for volunteers and always needing donations. Right now we're swapping out from winter to summer clothing. So there's going to be a great need for that, especially for the kids when they get out of school.
Mm-hmm. Which is not that far away.
No.
It's hard to believe we're talking into school. It's nuts. Here we are talking April, and it seemed like the other day it was January. So February is a blur. March has been a blur, really. And so here we are. But I got folks right talking to me about Christmas. I said, time out. We got to get through the rest of this first. But,
Right.
But it just keeps on going. But
Yeah,
the need's there, right?
Yeah, and we also were able to help Yanaka Elementary and Eastside Elementary with snacks for the students.
Really?
So we did that Friday. We dropped off 2 carloads of snacks.
East Side and Unaka got snacks courtesy of Arms Ministry. So, and I guess folks can always just come give you a monetary donation, right?
Yes.
You turn right around and translate that into buying groceries, buying food.
Correct.
Yeah. It's awesome. Well, I sure appreciate you very much. Thank you. Give me a lot of stuff I can talk about. This is all mine. Yeah. All right.
And
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I will be here.
Yes. Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's good stuff, folks. It's making a difference. 12,000 pounds of food. I can't wrap my arms around that. 12,000 pounds of food, one place. That's the need. It's out there. She helped 1,100 folks last month here in Carter County. NASCAR, big race yesterday, Food City 500. We'll talk about it next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us now. Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for my NASCAR stuff. I had it. It was right here. We get all these guests. I start moving stuff around. Yeah, right here it is. It's been a snake that bit me. So there you go. Let's take a look at it. Food City 500 from yesterday. Denny Hamlin brought home the checkers for a youngster out of Virginia. Again, in a race that produced 54 lead changes, a record for Cup Series short tracks. Denny Hamlin lost the lead briefly to his teammate Martin Truex Jr. in the closing laps, but regained it. Truex got caught up in traffic, beat him to the line by 1.083 seconds, and a bang-bang finish. And the winner, Denny Hamlin, wins it yesterday. It is his second in a row. He won the night race last fall. His fourth overall, second most now among active drivers to Kyle Busch, who had a terrible day apparently. The victory was the 52nd of Denny Hamlin's career, trying to win a championship for the first time ever, the 13th all-time, and the first this season. So, the 52nd of Hamlin's career, which makes him 13th all-time in wins, and the first one this season. Now, the crazy part about this whole race yesterday was the tires. They would eat down through the cords on the tires where you could actually see the cords shooting out the side of the tire. It's crazy. Goodyear brought the same tire they ran last year at Bristol, but the concrete surface didn't take to the rubber. Instead, marbles, which are little tiny balls of rubber from the tore up tires, got up in the corners. And really, I mean, when you get on those, you have a tire with no traction on it. You get up on those, it's like marbles, like you're on ice. I mean, you don't know where you're going. You have no control of your car, and so they had to stay out of the top of the track, which is usually where some of the best racing has been in years past. But, again, all those little marbles, little rubber balls, or little pieces of rubber off the tires just accumulated up on the top of the track, and ultimately the traction was terrible up there, so you couldn't go up there. So they put a different resin in the bottom lane from the PJ1 traction compound. I always just call it a blackjack. So instead of PJ1. But anyway, it didn't work, or it didn't work like it wanted to work, so it ate the tires up apparently. NASCAR opted for a different resin in the bottom lane from the PG1 traction compound previously in use. So anyway, it made for some interesting racing. 54 lead changes, the most in a short track Cup Series race. Hamlin led a race high 163 laps. Joe Gibbs Racing came them in. They were on it yesterday. Ty Gibbs, Martin Truex, Christopher Bell, and Denny Hamlin led 383 out of 500 laps. It was a Ty Gibbs, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, and ultimately Denny Hamlin day for Joe Gibbs Racing at the track. Brad Keselowski, three-time winner, finished third behind Hamlin and Truex. Hendrick, Alex Bowman, and Kyle Larson were fourth and fifth. Only 5 drivers on the lead lap. Last time that happened, 5 or fewer drivers on the lead lap was back June of 2004, which is 20 years ago, obviously. Bye, Leslie. Bye, Randy. Kids be good. John Hunter Nemechek, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, Ty Gibbs, and Christopher Bell came home 6th through 10th. Larson and Truex now have the points lead heading off to Texas this week. They'll go to the Circuit of the Americas in Texas, Texas Motor Speedway. Or no, just going to Texas. Circuit of the Americas. We'll go there. That's where they're headed. So, anyway, your points leaders now, again, go as follows. You have Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. Then you have Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin. No, Hamlin's not your leader. It's Kyle Larson, is it not? Yeah. Kyle Larson. This is a typo on the sheet. Kyle Larson, Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, your top 5. Then comes Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, William Byron rounds out the top 10 in points. Then you have Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, John Hunter Nemechek, and Kyle Busch are your top 16 guys in the playoffs right now based on points. So, again, heard mixed reviews as far as the crowd. You know, in defense of Bristol Motor Speedway, 150,000 seat venue. It's one of the top 5 venues in all of America as far as seating. So, 50,000 would fill up most tracks. A lot of them anyway. 50,000 in Bristol makes it look like it's cavernous and makes it look like there's nobody there. But, again, they were treated good racing. 54 lead changes, which means there was excitement all day long, to say the least. Hello, Reba Whitehead. How you doing, lady? Appreciate you watching. We're here live again, Chick-fil-A and Elizabethton. So NASCAR, and I don't know what else you can do in Bristol. They've done everything they can do. They went dirt, they went nighttime, they've gone concrete, they've gone daytime. It wasn't their call, but NASCAR sets the dates. They ran it on Easter Sunday, which was a total mistake in my opinion. They ran it yesterday on St. Patty's Day. Saw where they put the green dye in Beaver Creek. Saw an aerial shot of the track and had the Beaver Creek, the Kelly Green Beaver Creek snaking through, of course, the facility. It's pretty cool looking. So Bristol's done everything they can do, I think. I was up there for 20 years, and they've tried all kinds of things to bring folks in. It's always conducive to the weather. You get on the Facebook after the race, everybody poo-poos it, where's the old Bristol? Well, the racing's there. You had 54 lead changes. You had crashes. You had wrecks, and you had problems on the track. So, when you have 54 lead changes in a 500-lap race on any track, that's excitement. So Bristol's done all they can do, really. They're doing all they can do to create the atmosphere to bring folks in. But it's always Mother Nature drives the bus and controls it. But that's not an excuse this time around. It was in the 60s yesterday. It had cloud cover, but it was in the 60s. It was breezy. At a local restaurant after the race, I ran into some folks who went up there, and the lady that went up there in short sleeve shirt, she's from here. She said, I'm not very smart. I said, not? She said, no. I thought it was going to be warm, got up there, and I like that froze. So there's always a breeze at the Speedway. But anyway, and by the way, I ran into Eric. Oh, I hope I'm getting this right. Eric and Sarah Boone. I think that's her names. I wrote it down but left it at home. But hello to the Boones. Ran into them yesterday. Ran into some folks from Florida. They'd come up and said they fell in love with the area. In fact, they live in Fort Myers. They want to move up here. Happens all the time. Anyway, back to the race. Great racing. 54 lead changes. And the big boys were in the middle of they were in the heat and the hunt. There wasn't a bunch of no-names up there at the top. So you had Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, those guys, Keselowski, I mean, they were in there battling for the win. So Bristol's done about all they can do. I don't know what else. They went dirt. They went nighttime. They've gone daytime. They've NASCAR put on an Easter holiday weekend, hoping that would help, and it didn't. It was on St. Patrick's Day yesterday. St. Patrick's Day, I don't know if that made any difference at all to the crowd, but I think once you got there, you were treated to a really good race. It looked like to me, what little I got a chance to watch it and listen to it. But again, everybody says, well, Bristol, it's same old Bristol, which is a very unfair thing to say. It's easy to sit there and take shots. You try and fill up a 150,000 seat venue. What the Super Bowl have? 50-some thousand, if I remember right. So you can put 3 crowds of the Super Bowl inside Bristol Motor Speedway or thereabouts. So, it's easy to sit back and go, well, it's old. They're ruining it. It's not the same. And what was some guy said, on the comments, I just said, well, I want to go back to the track's bumpy. I mean, what's next? Just make it gravel? I mean, the logic of some of the folks just blows my mind. Well, let's put the bumps back in the tracks. There'll be more wrecks. Then you have people say, well, God, all they do is wreck. I go up there to watch a race, watch some cleaner. All there is wrecks and cautions. Well, I don't want to go back. It's always cautions. Okay, but this faction over here they want wrecks. They want a bump in the middle of the track so it messes up your driving and wreck and crash into people. Then you have another faction that says, we don't want that. We want clean racing. We want to see a bunch of people out there racing and not a bunch of cautions. We didn't come up here to sit there and do all these caution laps. So it's never good for everybody. There's always somebody complaining about something. So, and, I get that. You're allowed to complain, but it's, I think it's totally justifiable what you do because they're doing all they can do. It's a great product. And still, for my money, I spent 20 years up here as the announcer. For my money, it's the best track in NASCAR, bar none. I think a lot of folks, like a couple I ran into yesterday, said, first time I've ever been up there, always wanted to come to Bristol. And he said, we're hooked. We're coming back for the night race. See, I hear that all the time. Once you get here, and they said the people are so nice. It's beautiful up here, and so we take that for granted. The mountains are gorgeous right now, getting ready to turn. So for all those reasons, we have a really good product, and folks still continue to poo-poo it. Well, it's the old Bristol word. It's never going to come back again. And I'm not sure what you want. You had good weather yesterday. You had a 54 lap change, or 54 different leaders. Folks, that's good racing there. I've been up there when it's been a snooze fest where guys have jumped out ahead, dominated the whole field and just kind of, Kyle Busch has done it several times. Rusty Wallace did it back in the day several times. I can go down the list of the drivers that got up there and just dominated the race. And it's like, I'm the announcer. It's like it's a snooze fest. It's like, really? Let's get some action. Let's get something going. So 54 lead changes, which is a record for a short track. You can't knock what was on the track yesterday. You can, but it's unfair. So as far as who's in the stands, I look at it this way too. This is old Tom talking. I'm going to go to the race. If I have a good time and I enjoy myself, I don't care whether there's 50,000 there or 15 there. I mean, if you paid your money and you have a good time, you like the product, who cares if it's full or not full? If you're there and you're having a good time, when I go to a ball game, it's like, look around and go, there ain't nobody here. I'm not going to like this. I'm not going to like this. It's not going to be good because nobody here. That is dumb logic, let's tell you. Or you go to some place and it's elbow and it's like, you're like this. Like the UT football game. I'll give you a prime example. First time I ever went. Well, we jokingly, Fowler and I, the pastor, of course we're two big old boys, we jokingly make fun of how cramped we were. I had a blast. Had a great time. So it is on what you make it. How about that? It is on what you make it. So in your life, is the cup half full or half empty? That'd be the way to look at it too. But there's always somebody belly aching about something. Always. We're never happy. We're never content. So people complain yesterday about it was too windy at the track. Well, usually it's raining sideways or ice pellets, and so. But yesterday was pretty good weather, and they're still complaining. So you just take it with a grain of salt, keep trucking. Verse of the day: we always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross. Jeremiah 10:23 says, "I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. No, it is not. It is not for man to direct his steps. No, it's not. Jeremiah 10:23, I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps. How about that? That's the verse today here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, Jeremiah 10:23. That is true. It's not for a man to direct his own steps. We are not, well, we are bought with a price. The blood of the good Lord on the cross coming up in a couple of weeks. I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps. There you go. We're live here again at Chick-fil-A. We are here again at hello Reba, hello to Linda Wagner. Those tires looked awful. It did. It did look awful. They got chewed up there. Big time chewed up. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday at Bristol Motor Speedway. They move on to Texas now. They'll be back in the fall for the night race. If you've never been, I told this couple from Fort Myers, I said, you got to come back for the night race. It's a bucket list event. Got to come back. It's an unbelievable, whether there's 80,000 there or 10,000 there, it is an incredible race. The product is awesome. The racing, I mean, these guys, here's the other thing, too. Got me on my soapbox. These guys are the best in the world. They figured this out. They know what they're doing. All the technology, got the spotters up on the roof. I mean, they figured Bristol out like they have all the other tracks. I mean, it's become almost like a science to figure out these tracks from race to race. So when you see the kind of racing you get, number one, they're the best in the world. Number two, their staffs, their teams figured this thing out. And so they got spotters, they've got the weather, they've got the tires, they got the new next-gen car. I mean, it's all comes together, but, you know, the bottom line is it's a driver's track. And so at the end of the day, and they'll all tell you that, at the end of the day, the best driver is the guy who's going to win the race. And yesterday was Denny Hamlin. And Christian Eckes, I've heard it pronounced both, Eckes or Eckes, won the truck race on Saturday evening. Well, there wasn't anybody there, is what I hear. But was the racing good? Apparently it was. He outdueled Kyle Busch, his former boss, to win it. So I don't understand if the stands aren't full, then it's a dud. I don't get that. I don't understand that logic. We can't control that. But if the product on the track is good, and it was, certainly this weekend, that's all you can ask for. The weather was good, a little cool, windy, overcast. Racing was good, 54 lead changes. Got to let it go, folks. Give them a little credit up here. They're doing all they can do to promote the track and the racetrack and putting fannies in the seats. I mean, they bring in who they can bring in, and as far as out in the campgrounds and out around the track, all the different things they can do as far as entertainment. I mean, you know, the product's pretty good. So, but there's always somebody belly aching about well, it's this and that and whatever. It's okay. All right. Let's put you in charge of it up and let you see if you can fill it up and see how you do with it. I've been there. I know what they're trying to do. It is a monumental task, to say the least, to try and get 150,000 people in a venue to watch racing in an economy that's soft at best. Everybody's in a lot of folks I know are going to wait and see what's going to happen. Presidential election, what's going to happen with our economy. A lot of folks out there just kind of waiting and seeing what's going to go. So I can't do that. I got to live my life. But there are folks that are just sitting back and kind of watching and waiting, and I get that too, to a point. But anyway, I'm pontificating. But cut them some slack at Bristol. They're doing all they can do. And I get nothing for this. I mean, I'm not up there anymore. So it's not like they've told me to get on here and give a rah-rah. I'm not. I'm giving you a rah-rah because that's what we need to be doing. We need to support them. So let me just try this. Try this one on. What happens if they lose one of the races? Let's say they pull the spring race. They go put it somewhere else. Then you're really going to be whining because, the economy, yeah, okay. But when we had the race, your belly ached. So you take those 50,000 people that were here yesterday, case in point, and take the money to ride with them, and the restaurants and the hotels and the gas pumps and all that, and all of a sudden our local businesses lose that. They're like, well, wait a minute. The whole time they were here, your belly ached. Now they're not here. I hope they never do it. But if they do pull a race, then what happens? Pulling the spring race is what I'm saying. If they move it somewhere else, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, and I'm not advocating that. I'm just saying if it does happen, what's that old saying? You don't know how good the water tastes, the well goes dry. Then you're really going to be whining and crying because the race is gone and the shot in the economy that we've been dependent on for all these years will be gone. So, support them and quit running them down is what I'm trying to say. So, I'm talking about NASCAR. Well, no, I'm talking about BMS. They do a lot for our community. Speedway Children's Charities raises a lot of money. Okay, if they lose a race, take what they raise Speedway Children's Charities and cut it in half, and all of a sudden all these nonprofits that take those checks from Speedway Children's Charities, they won't have that anymore. So, it's a domino effect. So instead of running them down, oh, God, it's so good, then support it, and be glad they're here. We see these out-of-town tags, and I saw a bunch of them yesterday. As I said, at a local restaurant where a lot of race fans would come in after the race. Man, I was thanking them. Thanks for coming, man, because I want them to keep bringing the hard-earned money because it helps my taxes when they come spend money with the what I want to say, not the restaurant tax, entertainment tax. So, anyway, I'm done preaching, but it just blows my mind. Now, we lose this race. Am I advocating that is going to happen? No, I'm just saying what if. But if they did, it's going to be a whole different ball game. Well, I can't stand the traffic. Traffic's bad 2 times a year. I got to avoid Bristol Motor Speedway. Okay, all right. If it comes to the point you just drive by there because there's no race, be a whole different ball game. Back after this on the Tom Daly Sports Show.
We are not okay with the staggering statistics of our youth. They have become familiar with brokenness, pain, and frustration. But their pain has become our concern, and their hopes, our responsibility. But we want to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. Our mission is to lead every coach and athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus and His church. But what can you do about it? What if your actions now can help the future them? Together, we can help them become who God has designed them to be. But the time is now, and the action we take today helps them tomorrow.
To mom this hard, you delegate. Kate, that bathroom's not clean yet. Jimmy, I need help with the dishes, big guy. I delegate like a mother, and I let Food City do the grocery shopping for me. With Go-Kart Curbside Pickup, I tell them what I need and how I like it. I order everything online and pick it all up curbside. With Go-Kart, I'm taking motherhood to a whole nother level.
Mother like no other, only at Food City.
Back on the Tom Daly Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us. So, again, you look at, they're talking about the top 5 teams going into the tournament. The pundits have said UConn, Houston, Purdue, Iowa State, and they're giving a nod to Tennessee. North Carolina, Marquette, Auburn, Illinois, and Arizona are the top 10 teams to watch going into the tournament. These are the different polling people and the different setups, if you will, as far as who can go and make some noise in this tournament. So the top 10 are in this order. UConn, you're getting ready to fill out your brackets. UConn, Houston, Purdue, Iowa State, Tennessee, North Carolina, Marquette, Auburn, Illinois, Arizona are your top 10, with Creighton, as Coach Robinson talked about a few minutes ago. He said Creighton's at number 11, so he said they got a rock-solid basketball team. So anyway, NIT tomorrow night. Who plays first We got the playing games tomorrow night too. Let's see what these are. They call them the first four. That'll be tomorrow night. You have Boise State, Colorado, Virginia, Colorado State. You have Montana State, Grambling, and Howard and Wagner. That's the play-in games, or the first four, as they call it. Then we get into the NIT tomorrow night. LSU will play North Texas, Providence against Boston College. Georgia, the Bulldogs, will host Xavier. Virginia Tech hosting the Richmond Spiders. Ohio State home to Cornell. Butler, the Bulldogs, hosting Minnesota. Iowa home to Kansas State. You've got Central Florida with South Florida, and you got Utah hosting University of California at Irvine. So there you go. That's your NIT tomorrow night. So never got into the NFL or Major League Baseball, but we are ready to go here. We're joined, before we get out of here, by our buddy Jesse Storm, Tracker Soccer. How you doing, sir?
Good afternoon. Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Been busy, hasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I would say standard for a Monday afternoon.
Steady Freddy. Nothing.
Nothing too crazy.
No. So.
But just the average.
Yeah.
But,
so.
Too cold out there.
A little cool, isn't it?
Just too cold. You've got temperatures in the 40s. You know, they started out in the 40s this morning, and they really didn't go anywhere. So your high for today, you've basically seen it. It's probably mid-40s right now.
This is it?
That's about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get much warmer. I mean, maybe a couple degrees in some areas, but I think we're probably going to top out in the 40s for most of us. And, wind chills, obviously colder. We've got breezy conditions out there right now. And it's keeping our temperatures feeling a little bit colder than even the mid-40s. So it's not comfortable. It's not great, especially for the, mid-March. It's not unheard of, obviously, to get this cold, but it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
And the real concern tonight is the freeze that's likely to develop as temperatures drop all the way into the 20s. So temperatures mid to upper 20s is going to lead to some freeze probably over most of the area, maybe even some hard freeze in some locations. If you started planting and gardening, I'm sorry, but the price is going to be paid.
Yep.
So
is this Redbud tomorrow?
Man, I get those mixed up. I think it is. So Dogwood, I think, is late April.
Dogwood's not. No.
Blackberry's May. So I'm thinking.
Blackberry's May. I'm pretty sure this is Redbud.
Maybe. Yeah, it could be.
Redbud winter.
Yeah.
Because they're blooming right now.
They are.
Red
so
buds
that makes
are out,
sense. Yeah,
so.
You're probably right. We got a little early start this year because last half of winter was pretty mild, so things started growing early. So therefore, the red bud's usually in early April. So I guess that's what threw me. So it probably is red bud, just a little early.
Yeah.
So, as far as the old timers consider it. So, yep. And temperatures below average for your Tuesday, probably about 50 degrees or so for a high if we're lucky. And then, cool, seasonably cool conditions for a few days and maybe in the 60s more so by the end of the week. Hopefully, it just depends on how much rain we get. And we do have some rain expected later in the week. And I see our next warm-up coming around by the time we get into later this next weekend, early next week. That's when we get back in the 70s if things don't change.
Easter week?
Yeah.
Next week's Easter week?
Well, no. Well, yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Easter Sunday. That's 2 Sundays from now. So hopefully it don't cool down by then. It always randomly gets cold for Easter, which is never fun.
This Sunday will be Palm Sunday.
Yes, it will.
When the Lord came in on the donkey.
That's right.
They shouted Hosanna and laid the palms on the street. That'll be this Sunday, Palm Sunday.
Yeah.
Then following Sunday will be Easter Sunday.
Yes, sir.
And back it up on Friday, be Good Friday. People say, why is it good? It's good for us because he died on the cross for us.
The most important thing you could ever remember.
Oh, yeah. 7 most important words ever spoken. He is not here. He is risen.
He is risen.
Whew. Get me fired up. So, do you fill out a bracket, by the way, for basketball?
I did not.
I mean, it's not started yet, so that tells me all I need to know. You haven't started. You didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
No, could care less.
No,
I got you. That's okay. You know what?
I had a buddy message me the other day and asked me about it, and I said I wouldn't know where to start.
No. Well, we put so much emphasis on this. The older I get, it's like, it is what it is.
Right.
It's a basketball tournament.
You planning on it? You planning on doing your own?
Oh, I've done it, but I don't put. Actually, I'm doing 3. I'm doing one with nicknames.
Okay.
For example, let's try one on Jesse here.
All right.
All right, let's try. Let's look down through here. You have The Texas Tech Red Raiders against the North Carolina State Wolfpack. So the Red Raiders are men. Wolfpack is Wolfpack, NC State. Who would win that if it was a nickname?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right. Well, yeah. A Red Raider or a Wolfpack. Here's one. South Carolina Gamecocks is the Roosters playing the Oregon, who are Ducks. Who would win that, a rooster or a duck? Who'd win that one in an animal fight?
Okay. Rooster.
Okay.
Rooster.
Let's see over here. Let me come up with some of these here. Okay, there's an Auburn Tiger and a Yale Bulldog. Who wins that, a Tiger or a Bulldog?
Tiger.
Okay, Auburn win that one. Okay. So I picked these. It's amazing when I go back and pick them by nicknames. I actually do pretty good because it's so goofy. Let's see. The Drake Bulldogs and the Washington State Cougars.
Cougars.
Okay, Cougars win that one because they'd maul them. All right, let's see here. Mississippi State Bulldogs and the Michigan State Spartans, which is the guy in the hat with the sword. So
Spartans.
Spartans. Okay, he would. Okay. Let me think here. Some of these I can't remember what their nicknames are. Florida Gators and the Colorado Golden Buffaloes. Buffalo or a Gator? Who'd win that in an animal fight?
That's crazy. Oh, Gator.
There you go. So I go down through and pick these. Then I pick some with colors.
It's crazy that a name association would be that meaningful.
Yeah. It's just goofy, just something to do for kicks and giggles.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do one to legitimately sit down and pick them, team against team.
Yeah.
Then I'll do one that's colors. So, let's see. Well, I can't remember what Oakland's colors are.
I'll have to head out. I appreciate you.
You got to go?
Yeah, I got to go.
Who's looking at you?
Minding the.
Oh, you got to go. You got to mind. Ain't nobody minding the shop.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that, Jesse. So nobody's up there right now. So everybody's in the back prepping things. So Jesse gets to be the cashier, or not the cashier, but the gentleman who waits on people, per se. All right, let's see what we're going to do. We get everything covered. Let's see. We talked baseball. We did not. We talked March Madness. We did. We talked NASCAR. I think we got it all for today. Back tomorrow. Poor Trav's Deli. Do want to say thanks to our guests today. Gosh, we had a ton of them. A couple of them are unannounced, which is great. We started with the usual, and we're glad she came. Andrew Lewis, Northeast Community Credit Union. Glad he came. David Nanny, interim Parks and Rec Director, City of Elizabethton. Leslie Broccoli, Sycamore Shoals. Michelle from Arm Ministries. Bill Robinson came by for a little cameo. Appreciated that. He was in here having lunch and talked about the March Madness. Did I get them all? I'm not sure. I had somebody come through. Can't remember who I had. Just now, Jesse, the Storm Tracker Sacker, came through. So I think I got them all. Back tomorrow, new guest, new show. We're going to be live at Poor Chav's Deli right up the street. Love their sandwiches. Man, that meatball sub is to die for. Good sub, good sandwich. We do want to say thanks to Chick-fil-A, of course. They are packed out here going through the drive-thru. I love it. Again, you have 2 lines to go through. You can come in here and eat in the lobby, or you can go with the mobile app. Chick-fil-A 1, order enough and get free food. Again, right now you get enough points accrued, you get free food. The seasonal mango passion, which is what I've been sipping on all show. It's awesome. Can't beat it. I had the cheese bowl today. No, I'm sorry, the chicken bowl today. It has hash browns, cheese, nuggets, eggs for breakfast, obviously. It's called the chicken bowl. Man, I love that thing. I think it's really, really good. Nuggets, eggs, cheese, and little tiny hash browns in a bowl called the chicken bowl. It's a breakfast item here at Chick-fil-A, and it is awesome. Love it, love it. All right, one more break. We'll be right back after this. We'll be getting ready to truck on here on a cool and blustery Redbud winter Monday on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
So I'm Dr. Beth Cannon of Cannon Family Dental. We do a little bit of everything, cosmetic dentistry, general dentistry. We see all ages of patients. I like that patients are comfortable with bringing their family here. With smaller children, they're some of my favorite patients to see. We always try to make that first visit super happy, where they get to come in, sit in a chair, see how they get pictures of their teeth and get their teeth brushed with a little silly brush. There's multiple families that have been with me since the beginning, and their kids were, my kids' age, like 7, 8 years old, and now they're grown up driving. They drive to their own appointments and make their own appointments, which is wonderful, and getting to see the kids and grow up with them. It's great to be a part of that. So if any of you are looking for a new dentist, we would love to have you join our family. Definitely give us a call if you'd like to come in.
At Carter County Bank, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Carter County Bank, in the business of happiness.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for watching. We're out of here. We're going to rejoin you tomorrow. We'll be ready to go at 11 o'clock. We'll be live at Poor Trav's Deli. Have a good rest of your Monday. Again, we'll do this as we always do. We always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross, and here it is. The verse of the day out of the book of Jeremiah. God so really like Jeremiah out of the Old Testament. Jeremiah 10:23 says, I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps. I know, O Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps. It's not. We're bought with a price, and it's so he's popping, going crazy. Bought with a price, and so we are not his. Our body, it's not our own. We're not our own. We're his. Try it again. I know, Lord, that a man's life is not his own. It is not for man to direct his steps. There you go. So we need to let him drive the bus. When he drives the bus, it's a whole lot better. He made the bus. He made us. It's a no-brainer. All right, back tomorrow. Jeremiah 10:23, by the way, is where it is in the book, in the Old Testament. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Again, as we'll tell you, as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 2042. Keep clipping them off. Clicking them off, rather. Be back with you tomorrow, ready to go from Poor Trav's Deli. Till then, we'll say as always, bloom where you planted and win or lose. Be a good sport. Thanks for watching today's show from Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth.